Someone's having a rock concert.
Wow, is that ever loud?
And that's like
How can they
half a
stand
block
it
away.
in their car? It's terrible.
I hope they. I just
Makes
have
me feel sick.
You know, oh, it's awful.
Anyway,
it's awful. That's why I was cussing when
living in the city.
When you turned the camera on.
And smells and
Stupid. I think he's waiting for the light, or maybe he's just parked there and trying to annoy as many people as possible.
God, that
awful.
noise is horrible. I think it's designed to make people feel sick.
Yeah, maybe.
Anyway.
I just have images of, like they're turning up too high, and they just blow their eardrums, and blood shoots out and stuff like that.
We're just eating fried potatoes with garlic and salt and pepper and cooked yellow peas and black-eyed peas.
All mixed in together. Well, that's what I'm.
And then kiwis for dessert.
Kiwis.
Mm-hmm. And dogs will be choosing which treats they want, because we went to Bulkbarn.
Yeah, everything was a treat except the price. We treat them nicely, but we don't give them lots of.
We don't give them these kind of treats usually. Usually I make treats myself. So I was going there because I wanted to get some flaxseed to put in, like grind up and mix in their food. Because what are the dogs eating today? Well, what am I eating today, right? This is usually what happens with the dog food. So plus I give them some sort of
something
meat in
it
usually,
sure, chicken,
just to make it a little more exciting for them.
And what was it this morning? Was that chicken mixed in with something that you gave them?
Yeah.
So it was exciting. I had to separate the two boy dogs. It was all one-sided. Elvis has not been fixed, and he was getting really, really snarly and gnarly with Opie.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Opie. Yeah,
Well, they like the taste
what
of these
really
pieces.
annoyed me was Opie, when I went in there, he was crying because Elvis had shut him out from all the food dishes. So I went over and I put Opie by one dish, and then Elvis came over. Basically what he's doing is he's questioning.
He's saying all of the dishes are mine.
Yeah, so what are you doing, James? I'll show you by chomping on Opie. I wasn't impressed.
But yeah, they like these peas so much. Like I puree them, right? If I put them whole, they don't like it. And if I puree them,
yeah. They'll pull them out. If you mix them with other stuff, if they're whole, they're very coordinated. They'll pull those little things out, leave them by the side, as evidence that we gave them stuff that they didn't like.
But they'll eat this just plain. The peas, they like those.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
So what was CBC covering today? Well, I did hear something that impressed me. Okay, so they had a Indigenous American representative, and he was saying, look, you got to have conciliation before reconciliation. And I'm going, just leave the reconciliation out. Reconciliation means that there are two sides to the fight, and the Indigenous people hardly did anything. There's the occasional, and you'd have to call it a massacre. There were massacres of Indigenous people. I don't know if they are advertised as such. A massacre is a massacre is a massacre. It doesn't matter who's doing what. You can question the motives and stuff like that, but you got to call it a massacre if they're taking down civilians and stuff like that. Anyway, he was saying it should be conciliation before reconciliation, and I'd already grasped that problem, and I've been telling Indigenous people and non-Indigenous people, let's just leave the RE off of there. It's just ridiculous. So this guy's gone one step towards it, the proper concept. It should be conciliation, truth and conciliation. In other words, recognize what's happened, and then conciliation if you've got people who are still alive or suffering, who suffered this sort of stuff, then remunerate them and so on and so forth. Part also of conciliation would be stuff like this. We're not going to let happen again. You can see like China, they're going backwards. They're doing the equivalent of res schools now, like in the 21st century. And well, they're doing some amazing things. I mean, basically, like would you call it cultural genocide? I don't like that term because if you get rid of a culture, you can always bring it back. The Jews did that with their language, which has been like well dead.
Everybody
like
on the radio that talks about, we're going to either sacrifice lives or the economy or whatever during the pandemic. It's like, no, Australia's proven you don't have to.
You don't have to sacrifice the economy. Their economy grew last year apparently 3%, which is kind of what happens. It's not really something to go. Ordinarily, it'd be nothing to be going. because I gather that's kind of like average growth with
so they'll say lives or livelihood. It's like, well, if you sacrifice people's lives, you're also taking their livelihood away.
And you take their livelihood, and from the people that might depend on it. It's not just retirees that have been taken out by this. There have been people working, for example, and at a meatpacking plant. What was that? Cargill. We're going to mention the name because we're going to do a little bit counter advertising here.
Yeah,
Cargill plant. There are other plants.
Well,
too,
I found that interesting because the government decided to give the workers at the Cargill plant. They were one of the first groups of people to get the vaccines, and it's interesting because they were saying, well, there's been proven to have a problem there, and it's like, okay, but you're rewarding
bad behavior.
The employer for unsafe work practices.
Exactly.
By doing that. That's
scrunched in too close. Yeah. Of course, they're big. The cargo is huge. On enterprise, from what I can tell, they're borderline. Well, we'll call them oligopolies, not borderline.
Yeah. And that's been my major beef with
That
Cargill.
one's good. I don't know if that was a beef packing plant, but I mean, these sorts of things have broken out in, I think, pork plants and chicken plants and stuff like that. But Cargill, get your act together. Stop having us pay your way. It's supposed to be enterprising.
Anyway, I didn't like that.
No.
That they got their vaccines first.
Yeah, I know.
It's kind of ridiculous. I mean, the hospital workers, they're saying most people who work in the hospitals were saying we're not gonna, after this is done, we're gonna retire from it. We're not doing this again, kind of thing. Then all of a sudden there's news about, tuition was raised for medical students, and it's like, you know what needs to happen? The military needs to step up. Well, the government needs to step up and say, okay, this is an emergency situation, and there are a lot of people right now, a lot of kids going from high school. They don't know what they're going to do because of the situation. They don't have work and this and that, and they would like to go to school, but how can you rack up student loan bills when you don't know if you're going to get a job at the end of it? And so they need to say, okay, well, we'll solve 2 problems with 1. Military service, and you'll be trained as medical professionals. You get the training for free through the military, and then the military takes control of it.
That's an idea.
Yeah. If the nurses and doctors want to complain about having to actually do their job, I mean, yeah, they're at risk, but are they more at risk than, say, the
someone working at Safeway
produce worker
Yeah.
who had to stock this while I was shopping? Like, they're right there. They're right there around people. And honestly, that should change. It should be the produce section is cordoned off for 10 minutes every hour or something. You can't go in there until they're done restocking, or I don't know.
They shortened opening hours.
Yeah.
Do the stocking in the
Well,
off hours.
I don't know, but they restock
I know.
throughout the day.
Yeah.
But honestly, and they're not getting high wages to put themselves at risk.
Whereas doctors and nurses,
They get the wages.
particularly doctors, geez, a bunch of slime buckets. And so many of them do, at the best, nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd be hoping that they're
Yeah.
not going to injure somebody.
I mean, there were 3 doctors who weren't just diagnosing, who weren't
Okay, let's
figuring
see
out the
which
cancer.
you guys like most.
They were giving me stuff that would have killed me. They were prescribing stuff that would have killed me.
Trying beef liver. I know you're thinking, oh, why did you get these for Chihuahuas? Well, I'd found one of these that I chucked in the garage at James's place. And it was from our Basset Hound, our old big 65 pounder.
That'd be about the right size for him.
It was. And I brought it home here thinking, oh, well, nobody's going to go for it. And Elvis took the thing and he ran off with it.
Oh, yeah. Did he take
He was
it?
working away at it for a while, but...
You're right. I've forgotten about him.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. He's very small by comparison, even with the smallest Basset Hounds.
So which do you want, Annafred? You can have bully
Okay.
stick, pork, something, rawhide, or this. Which would you like?
4 choices.
You have 4
eh?
choices. You can take whichever one you want. Oh, yeah, beef liver. That's the one she
there
wanted.
we go.
Okay.
I
I don't know
did like
if
that
Angel will
pretty
be
good.
able to eat this anyway.
Well, hey, Angel.
This will be hilarious. Okay, Angel, which one do you want? Do you want bully stick, pork thing? You don't get 2, Annafred. Angel, you can have one of these. Angel, which one do you want?
She's
want-
a bit older, so she's
Yeah,
a little
she doesn't
more
want that. She's
conservative.
and she's a little bit scared.
She's scared of Humphrey.
You want this one? She's not sure. I'm gonna get the boys.
Yeah, they won't be so scared.
No.
Hopefully, we might get Elvis.
You can talk about whatever.
Whatever. Let's see. What sort of stupidity does Matt Galloway talking about? I don't think Matt Galloway had anything really stupid to say today. What's wrong with him? Is he sick or something?
Okay. Who wants to take one? Do you want to pick one of these? He wants beef liver too.
Wow.
He was sniffing the bag when it was closed.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
telling me that was the one he wanted when I just brought
Yeah.
it home. Which one? Oh, Annafred, that's Elvis's.
That's it. See,
They
I
really
knew he
like
wouldn't
that
be
beef
afraid of
liver.
Hanford. Yeah.
Okay, where's Paris?
She's
I let
coming.
her out. Oh, there she is.
You're a little afraid there.
Paris, which one do you want? Paris,
Paris, come to Pauline here.
look.
Come here. She's blind. So.
Oh
She's
gosh,
got
this
that.
might take a while.
Come on, Paris, come here.
Paris, look.
Go to Palmer. Come on.
Paris! Oh my gosh, this is so frustrating.
Paris, my back is hurting, girl. Come here. Come here.
There we go. No, here.
Paris.
Oh, Paris.
She's also very stubborn.
Beef liver.
Yeah.
Everyone picked the beef.
Except for Angel. Now, if I pick up
nothing.
Angel here, well.
I don't know if she could chew on it. It's pretty hard.
Yeah, Angel, come here. Come here, girl.
Are you done yours? Amfred's done hers already.
Yeah, Angel likes that plenty.
She just wanted to be up.
It's kind of gruesome having
Yeah,
it
that
on my
was
lap, but
smart thinking.
I'm
She
afraid.
just was scared to be down
Don't
with Amfred. I'm gonna give Amfred another one because she likes it so much.
Amfred, one time, a long time ago, I think that was, before she started maturing. I wouldn't say she almost tore Angel's ear off, but she made a tear in it. So.
Yeah.
You don't want to get nulls about it.
Yeah, they love these things.
Beef liver.
So this is
Who makes it?
Caledon Farms.
Okay.
Baked beef liver from Bulkbarn.
Caledonia, what's that, Scotland? It's Celtic-donia, basically what it means.
Because, yeah. And I brought wet wipes because I
So-
I touched a full penis.
So Angel's, it's too tough for her because
she
all
says
of this stuff's tough.
She doesn't want me to take it away. She heard what you were saying and she's like, don't make her take it.
She has trouble because she's missing some of the teeth.
But, yeah, I'm going to take that.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Elvis?
These pants will never be the same.
He was stealing his mother's. But, yeah, I spent $70 some dollars. Well, 12 of
over there,
sure.
or
12 of it was for buckwheat, which they're not meat. I'm going to eat that.
Yeah, I think it's
Well,
Were you going to make pancakes and waffles out of that, or what was the? I forgot.
Yes, waffles. Yeah, I don't want to make pancakes for a while because I don't want to heat up the house too much.
Yeah. Well.
This is my kitchen.
If we heat up the great outdoors,
Outside.
it's not going to
Yes.
be much different. It's actually quite comfortable in the shade here now, right? Yeah.
But yeah, I guess maybe I should have got more of the.
Well, you don't know what they're going to
I
want.
never
You
know what
I'm
they're
saying?
going to want. Well, sometimes I had a pretty good feeling they'd like that. Do you want to try one of these other kinds, Elvis? You want to try one of those? Bully stick, he says.
So what's? Oh yeah. Never mind.
Because he already had 2 of the beef liver. I don't think he needs more.
Looks as though they're all finished except Angel. All finished the
Poor Angel.
liver.
I know. It's sad for you. There we go. It looks a bit better. All right. So nothing else to talk about?
Just I'm trying to think. I'm sure we heard some ridiculous stuff on the radio. Well, we're hearing all sorts of stupid stuff.
Well, we keep hearing
about opening up.
Exactly.
You know,
People keep saying, now that we're coming out of this pandemic, and
oh,
it's like,
really?
coming out?
Yeah. I do want to talk about Trudeau giving
Angel's eating
charity
a bully
worth
stick right now. She's stolen. That was her growling.
a charity worth $1 billion.
Do you want bully stick? We'll see if. Do you want one of these? Oh, he picked the pork one. Opie picked the pork one for his next one. Now Elvis picked the pork one because Opie did. Paris? Paris! Hey! Paris, come here! She's deaf and blind.
But yeah.
You can't have 2 right now.
She's got cataracts.
She's not sure. Somebody stole Angel's bully stick, which wasn't hers to begin with. She chose the bully stick.
Right. Good.
Do you want one of these, Manfred? Which one? Bully stick.
No, they're all pretty well the same.
Yeah.
When it comes to these
Elvis
streets,
looks sad right now because somebody took his, but.
Okay. Might be Opie. Opie's got
Does he have
two things here.
Ah, he took two. He's not supposed to. Elvis, you can have one of these again.
Stop
Come
looking
here.
for trouble.
He's not sure. Oh, he took bully stick. So yeah, first pick was this, then bully stick, then those pork things.
Elvis is not even thrilled about that thing. He just left it.
Yeah.
So.
They like these.
So Trudeau has given like $1 billion worth of charity to a third or whatever for vaccines. Now that's maybe only $30 per person across Canada. Not taxpayer, be a bit more per taxpayer. But this kind of charity adds up. Here's a low-tech solution. Every country should have done this.
Close their borders?
Close their borders like Australia. If you didn't, you're responsible. Even if you've got a dictatorship, guess what? You're responsible. You can get rid of dictatorships. It's going to cost a few lives. But if everyone sits on their hands, the dictatorship is gone. It might kill a lot of people, but if everyone sits on their hands, they're gone. They're gone the next day.
Anniford, just let her take it.
That's what happened with the
just let her take it.
Vassals of the Soviet Union.
Angel's
back
trying
around
to
89
growl
to 91.
Anniford off her own treat, so that Angel can have two treats. She'll do this. She's got her mojo back, and so like Opie just stole her treat while she was trying to steal Anniford. But yeah, it's funny how dogs are.
So we got India, the guy ruling it, Modi, Mr. Ruling it. He's going around saying, hey, like we're not going to sacrifice the economy. So guess who gets to sacrifice their economy for his ignorance? Canada.
Yeah.
It's enabling some of the worst, most stupid behavior. India should have shut off traffic with everyone. Every country should have done it. We end up enabling stupid ignorance. I mean, we got our own ignorance, but we got the luxury of not having as many people die. It's the way it goes. And really, when you look at it, we've had a much higher death rate because, unlike most third world countries, we don't have sunshine. We had a very high death rate.
And it'll be high again this coming.
In the wintertime, unless we really luck out. Like I'm not going to say it's a guaranteed thing, like a fourth wave or something like that with Delta. And there's worse things lurking in prospect. Things that won't be susceptible at all to the vaccines that we have. Unless they shut this thing down. What the WHO should be doing is saying there should be no international travel. If there is, it should be quarantine, strict quarantine of at least 14 days. You don't know, with variants of major concern. Why do they say variants of concern? It's euphemism. So variants of major concern. There might be something where you'll be susceptible, where you'll be
that ant's really
able to pass the thing on after 21 days.
Holy gosh.
So at least 14 days, and paid for by the person who thinks it's that important to travel internationally. The whole shot. No one should be subsidizing rich people. Like, when's the last time you were out of the country?
Or, honestly, people with dual
citizenship. Have you ever been out of the country?
No.
No.
Well,
the last time
when I was a little kid, I think my dad took a route through the United States to get to PEI at one point, but I don't remember it.
So how old were you then? 7? 6? Something like that?
Somewhere.
Yeah. So he would have cut maybe through Maine or something like that. So, let's say roughly 40 years ago. Last time I was out of the country was 1991. So what is that? Well, it's exactly a generation, 30 years. So, it's rich people who can afford to get out and travel.
Angel won the treat off of Vanifred. She growled her down. It was a growling contest for a long time, but Angel won.
No. Geez, Manfred's got to be 5 times her weight.
Yeah.
She won that heavyweight boxing contest.
But this is the way it was with Angel before. She'd have like a dog bed with all of the treats. All of them. She'd growl them off everywhere. Yeah. And I don't know why they let her get away with it.
Yeah. She's really tough. Oh, she's giving someone the look there.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Paris is wanting to take it.
Paris doesn't realize.
Yeah. She might get snapped at.
Angel, you leave Paris alone. She's a lot better dog than you are. Not necessarily better looking, although it's pretty close, but better acting. Anyway. Yeah, so $1 billion just to enable a bunch of bad behavior. Stupid, bad behavior.
Yep.
So this is my solution for a third world country. Don't come begging. You got independence from the so-called Westerners and stuff like that. No, you didn't. What you've done is, hey, you got rid of them making decisions about you, but you got the handout. Cut it out. Get independent. You don't have freedom, but that's your choice too. Get independent. Independence like 2 generations after. Stop asking for handouts.
Also, I kind of wanted to mention the guy talking about the other day. There was a guy talking about how it's difficult to get a job if you have a name that's from a different culture or whatever.
Oh, really?
And
anyway, maybe. Okay, so
if it is, it's really not anybody else's responsibility, any other culture's responsibility to make jobs for other people. Make your own job. Make jobs. That'd be a good thing to make some jobs for
other people,
for yourself, whatever. So it'd be a positive move for your culture, and the economy at large. So
if we actually look at people with like most Muslims, even secular ones, are going to have names that are approved, Muslim approved, as it were.
Well, I suppose that's way with Christianity and stuff